Welcome to the Garm Avatar Show. In today's episode, I have with me Harith Noah, who is a professional motorcycle racer and a 5-time Indian National Supercross Champion. He raced and won his first National Supercross title in 2011 in the SX2 category as a privateer. He was recruited by TVS Racing in 2012 and won 4 more national championships in the years 2012, 2014, 2017 and 2018. In 2021, Harith completed the Dakar Rally and became the first cross-country rally raid athlete representing India to have finished in the top 20. Thanks for joining me, Harith. Such a pleasure to have you on my show.
Thank you for inviting me.
So, Dakar Rally is such a grueling sport, and you completed the Dakar Rally and, you became the first cross-country rally raid athlete, to be finishing on the top 20. So what do you think, what kind of preparation is required to be at that level and to complete the Dakar Rally? What are the skills that are needed?
So it's like the Dakar, it's like a super long rally race. It's normally over 12 days. This year, this coming Dakar 2023 will be 14 days. So it's a combination of many things. Obviously, you need to be good riding a motorcycle off-road and different terrains like rocks, dunes, and hard pack, all different, because the race is throughout all kinds of terrain. So you need to try to be good in all the terrains, and mentally you need to be really strong, because it really drains you, especially after the first week. You have one more week, and of course most importantly the physical aspect, because you ride every day on average like 400-500 kilometers. So you really need to be, it's like a combination of everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So like some people, it's very subjective. Like sometimes you think it's more mentally, you need to be stronger. Sometimes some say you need to be stronger like physically. I feel like personally it's a combination of everything. But yeah, it's a lot mental also, especially when things go wrong, and things do go wrong. Like I don't think anybody has a Dakar where everything goes perfectly for 14 days, because it's so long. Things go wrong sometimes.
No, absolutely. And you said Dakar Rally is definitely you have to ride for like 400, 500 kilometers every day, and on and off. But then how do you recover yourself? How much rest time do you get? And how do you condition yourself every day in the morning when after 7 days you have to go for another ride for another 7 days or so? How do you condition your mind to just go on with it?
It's so the rest aspect, like normally we start the day really early, especially the bikes. So the bikes start first before the cars. So the first bike leaves, depending on the liaison before the stage, anywhere between as early as 3:30 to latest 6:30ish, 6:30. So normally it's like 5 o'clock. Around 5 o'clock the first bike leaves. So you wake up like an hour earlier, so like 4:30, and then you have your little breakfast and start getting ready. And now in Saudi Arabia it's really cold in the morning, so that's actually a really difficult part. Like it's the racing, it's actually not that hard mentally, because you're racing, you have the adrenaline, you want to go fast, etc., right? Unless something goes wrong. But in the morning you have to sometimes ride on the road for 200-300 kilometers, and it's extremely cold, and the roads in Saudi Arabia are very straight. There are almost no corners. It's crazy. So that really gets difficult after a few days to do it again and again. And I think it's just a mindset. Like you do it now, and it's another few days, and then it's done.
Yeah.
And the feeling you have after done, like after the Dakar, I feel like what I when I come back home, when I lie on my bed, or even when I go back to the hotel after the Dakar, when I get to sleep on a soft bed and I can roll around it, you start realizing that like these small things that you have in life are so nice, you know, because during those two, you're like, yeah.
Absolutely. It's such a incredibly difficult and it's the most grueling motorsport event in the world actually. And so also tell me, Harith, going to your journey, as a Supercross, national title holder, and so you got into TVS racing, and then you got into Dakar, and so what's been this journey like, and what have been your learnings from this journey?
So when I started getting into rallies, I always like, because Supercross is more like when you compare like Supercross and rallies to like running, for example,
Yeah.
it's like Supercross is more like sprints, like 100-meter sprints, and rally like Dakar, it's like ultra marathon or something, you know. So the way you train for it is different, kind of. So you for the Dakar, you need to have a lot of endurance, like long time endurance. You need to cycle for long, like 3 hours. At least in a week I do like a 3-hour ride or a 4-hour ride, so to simulate the race, because when you race for 4 hours or 3 hours. So yeah, that's the biggest difference. And also another thing I learned over the years, and I'm still learning, is to be patient in the rallies, especially. You have to really focus on yourself, I feel, because some days it's not your day. Some days you need to accept it when you race, you know, the rally. So you need to, if you feel like today you don't feel good or the terrain is not suiting you, you just need to step it down a little, because it is very dangerous, because it's very high speed and it's not like Supercross, you know. So it's for sure more dangerous, and things can go wrong pretty quickly.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, any kind of any incident that has happened in your life, maybe during the rallies, or even in your personal life, that has changed the way of your thinking, and some major changes that has brought into your life that you like to mention here.
Yeah, and there are many small things, but I remember when I used to race Supercross, when I started racing Supercross, the first year, we were still a privateer, the 2011, the championship I won for the first time. And round 3 or something, I forgot, like it was in Chandigarh, the race. So we went there, me and my dad, and I forgot my knee brace. So we had to buy a local one, and like the whole start of the race was like not so good. And the first race, so there are 2 motos, first race was not that good either. And then like me and my dad had a talk, like, you know, if you really want to do this seriously, like you need to like focus and step up. And I think that at that time it like kicked in, and like I think the second moto I won the race, the second moto. And after that I won the next race, and I don't know where it was, and then the championship. That was some kind of turning moment in that championship at that time. But yeah, I mean, there are many small things like that, but I think this is one I just thought about right now.
Sure, sure. So, any kind of advice that you've received from any of your coaches, trainers, or your, parents or mentor, or something that has really benefited you, and you still, kind of implement it in your life?
Yeah, I think what I kind of think about or try to do is to live in the now, like try to be in the present. And because I also work with a psychologist, like for my races, so we also try to, that's our kind of way how we go about races. So Basically, you can't really change what's happened before. So in case you do a mistake, navigation mistake or a crash or something, I mean, for sure, your brain will think about it. That's kind of normal. You can't, and it's not possible to restrict your brain from thinking about it, but accept it and try to move on as quick as possible and try to live in that moment, like in that kilometer. And like, so what I say to myself is try to do the Dakar, like it's a long race, but try to do it kilometer by kilometer. So try to take every kilometer, try to ride every kilometer as fast as you can, try to navigate every next kilometer as good as you can. So that's the motto, and that's, I kind of imply it in my life also, kind of. So
Super.
I mean, not that I don't care, but yeah, you get the point.
That's absolutely the most important thing, is to stay in the moment, and we always, forget to be mindful actually of our activities of. So I think to stay in the moment, to give the best, and not think of the outcome. So I think that's absolutely the perfect thing to do. So, what is the message you like to convey to the athletes out there, the young generation out there?
Yeah, just if you want to get into racing, just keep riding your bike as much as you can, keep having fun, and once you start getting serious or start getting into a team or earning money or making it your profession, try to still remember that you started it because it was fun. So sometimes you have to like go back to that, and even I do it now, like, I sometimes go back and just think, okay, I am doing this because I like it, because it's fun. And that's when you end up performing well as well. So at least that's what I feel. So I think that's really important, to keep it fun, and but obviously stay focused as well.
Super, that's fantastic. I mean, thanks for this wonderful message. Let's come to the rapid fire questions now. Are you ready for that? Yeah?
Yeah, let's go.
So, your native place,
Shornur, Kerala.
your favorite rally,
Rally Andalusia. That's in Spain, but actually it's Dakar Rally. But yeah, I mean, I forgot about Dakar. I mean, that's the biggest, obviously.
Yeah, okay. So your favorite rally is the Dakar Rally. That is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay. Your favorite quotation,
in the now.
your role model,
I don't really have one. Like, not, I look up to many people, but not like one person.
yeah. We learn so much from different people. Everybody has some message and something to teach us, definitely. Craziest thing about riding,
You go fast and see beautiful places.
one hidden talent,
I can kind of cook a little bit.
okay, nice. What's your biggest dream?
To keep improving and keep racing the Dakar, trying to make my way up.
The best thing about riding,
Seeing places and just the pure feeling of it.
best riding memory,
The Dakar Rally, like riding through the stages.
most embarrassing moment,
Forgetting things when you go riding, like sometimes I forget my boots or my helmet, and then the whole day is cancelled.
okay, that's sweet, yeah. Okay, proudest accomplishment so far.
I think top 20 in the Dakar 2021.
Super, super. And with this, we come to the end of the show. Thank you, Harith, for joining me in this absolutely amazing session.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. It was really fun.
Yeah. We really got inspired, and such, wonderful advice and things you have shared. And thank you all for listening to today's episode with your host, Garima Aftar. If you like this episode, then subscribe to my podcast for more new episodes and a deeper dive into the world of motivation and winning psychology. See you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.